King Oberon was known for his wisdom. He ruled with fairness and intelligence. His daughter, Princess Zara, inherited his sharp mind. Zara loved riddles and stories. She spent hours in the royal library, devouring scrolls filled with ancient knowledge. Zara's wisdom blossomed, making her a pride to her father and kingdom, King Oberon. I knew I needed to find a suitable husband for my daughter, but I refused to let her marry just any prince or nobleman. I wanted a man of intellect and character for Zara, so I decided on a test of wit. King Oberon announced a challenge to all suitors seeking Princess Zara's hand. He prepared 3 riddles, each more difficult than the last. Only the man who could solve all 3 riddles would be worthy of marrying his beloved daughter, King Oberon. News of the challenge spread far and wide. Princes, knights, and lords from distant lands traveled to the kingdom. Each man was confident in his intelligence and eager to win the princess's hand. Little did they know the challenge would test their minds like never before. The day of the first riddle arrived. Suitors gathered in the grand hall, their faces etched with anticipation. The air crackled with tension. King Oberon. What weighs more, a mountain of feathers or a mountain of iron? The suitors shifted uncomfortably. Some whispered amongst themselves, desperately trying to calculate the weight of mountains. Others confidently declared that iron was obviously heavier, but none could satisfy the king. Days turned into weeks, and suitor after suitor failed to answer the king's riddle. Their confidence dwindled with each passing day. King Oberon. What is more vast, the sky above us or the depths of the sea? The suitors were stumped. Some argued that the sky was infinite, stretching beyond human comprehension. Others pointed out the mysterious, unexplored depths of the ocean. Their answers, though passionate, lacked the wisdom that King Oberon sought. The few suitors who remained were disheartened. Their faces bore the marks of exhaustion and defeat. They had journeyed from far and wide, crossing treacherous lands and braving harsh weather, only to be bested by the king's riddles.
Though disappointed, I will give you one last chance. This is your final opportunity to prove your worth. Here is the third and final riddle. What is the most valuable possession a person can have? Think carefully, for this is not a question to be taken lightly.
The suitors pondered long and hard. They knew the answer had to be something profound, something that transcended the ordinary. They considered wealth, power, and even love. Each option seemed plausible, yet none felt entirely right. But their answers lacked the depth and insight that King Oberon was looking for. He sought something more meaningful, something that truly captured the essence of value.
Could it be wealth? With riches, one can achieve so much. Gold and jewels can buy comfort, security, and influence. With riches, one can achieve so much. But is it truly the most valuable possession?
Perhaps it is power. With power, one can change the world, command armies, shape destinies, and leave a lasting legacy. With power, one can change the world. But does power alone bring true fulfillment?
It seemed no one could solve his clever riddles. The suitors were running out of ideas, and the tension in the room was palpable. The king began to lose hope. He wondered if anyone would ever understand the true nature of the most valuable possession. If you're a fan of clever tales and timeless wisdom, then you need to hit that like button and subscribe for more enchanting stories. One day, a young man named Arif arrived at the palace. He had traveled far, his heart filled with anticipation and a hint of nervousness. Arif wasn't a prince or a knight. He was a simple commoner from the village. His clothes were plain and his hands bore the marks of hard work. Arif had heard tales of the king's riddles and was known throughout his village for his cleverness and wit. The villagers often spoke of his quick thinking and sharp mind. He decided to try his luck, not for wealth or power, but for the challenge and the chance to meet the wise Princess Zara. The journey was long, but Arif's determination never wavered.
With a confident smile, he approached the palace gates, his heart pounding with excitement and a touch of fear.
The king's advisors scoffed. How could a simple commoner hope to succeed where princes and nobles had failed? They whispered among themselves, doubting his abilities. But King Oberon, weary but hopeful, decided to give Arif a chance. The king had seen many fail, but something about Arif's demeanor intrigued him. He presented the young man with the first riddle, curious to see how he would fare. the court fell silent, all eyes on Arif as he pondered the king's challenge, his mind racing with possibilities. Arif listened attentively as the king posed each riddle. The room was filled with tension as everyone awaited his response. He didn't rush to answer like the others. Instead, he let the silence stretch, allowing himself the time to think deeply. He took his time, carefully considering each word. His mind worked through the layers of the riddle, peeling back each one to reveal the core truth.
Both weigh the same, Your Majesty. The room fell silent, everyone hanging on his words. A mountain is a mountain, regardless of what it is made of. His voice was calm and steady, filled with conviction.
King Oberon was impressed. He had never heard such a simple yet profound answer. Arif's answer, though simple, held a profound truth. It resonated with everyone in the court, making them see the world in a new light. He then presented the second riddle. The court held its breath, eager to hear Arif's next answer.
The sky and the sea are both boundless, Your Majesty. His words painted a picture of endless horizons. One reflects the other, both vast and unknown. His eyes sparkled with the depth of his understanding.
Again, Arif had found the answer, recognizing the interconnectedness of the world. His insight was like a beacon, illuminating the path to wisdom. Finally, King Oberon, his heart filled with anticipation, posed the third and final riddle. The air was thick with expectation.
The most valuable possession a person can have is wisdom, Your Majesty. His voice was filled with reverence for the truth he spoke. For with wisdom comes understanding, compassion, and the ability to make the world a better place. His words echoed through the hall, touching the hearts of all who heard them.
Princess Zara, her face lit up with admiration, watched Arif from behind her father's throne. She had never seen anyone like him before. She watches Arif from behind her father's throne. Her heart swelled with admiration and something more. She finds herself drawn to his intelligence and humility. In that moment, she knew that Arif was not just a man of words, but a man of substance. King Oberon was overjoyed. Finally, he had found a man worthy of his daughter's hand. Arif had proven that wisdom and intelligence were not bound by social status or wealth. He was a man of true character and sharp wit. A grand wedding was held, and Arif and Zara were married. They ruled the kingdom together, side by side, their reign marked by peace and prosperity. Arif, with his clever mind, found solutions to problems that had plagued the kingdom for years. Zara, with her wisdom and compassion, ensured that their decisions were always fair and just. Together, Arif and Zara proved to the kingdom that true leadership stemmed not from power or privilege, but from wisdom, kindness, and a shared love for their people. Their story became a beloved legend, reminding everyone that the greatest treasures are often found not in riches or titles, but in the depths of one's own mind and heart. Years later, an older Arif and Zara, surrounded by their children, listen intently as a traveling storyteller recounts their tale to an enraptured audience. The legacy of their wisdom and love continues to inspire all who hear their story. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun and stories.